I think the reason I decided to come here was, my son's connection and, his thought of the high care here. And the pain got so bad in my hips that walking was just really painful. So I knew something had to be done. And I needed both my hips done, and I talked to Dr. Radaman, and he wouldn't do them both at the same time, obviously. So we picked the left one first because that was the one that was bothering me the longest. Well, the first hip surgery was done December 31st. And to be honest with you, the first thing I remember after the surgery, I woke up and heard my sister's voice. And my first thought was, something's wrong, because she wasn't coming over till next week. Then I heard Richard, my son's voice, saying, don't panic, you've got a tube in, and just breathe normal. It was a little scary. So I guess there was some issues with my breathing during the surgery. So I guess I went into some emergency situation. I was in ICU. And now I've got a CPAP, sleeping better. It's just been a lot easier. And, like I said, the second surgery went without a hitch. There was no breathing problems. I woke right up from anesthesia. I think I was probably conscious and awake within hours of the surgery. Well, the care here for me, I felt more like a community type thing rather than a big hospital where I was just, the next patient up. I felt like there was real care. They knew who I was. They knew me by name when they came in. The physical therapist knew me, knew what my expectations were. Let's talk about the second surgery, I guess, because I was up walking the next morning, and it's kind of funny because I turned around once and said, "Keep up," because I was ready to go. I was in. The only pain I really had on the second surgery was, from the incision, and I actually did the steps that first day. It was just nice to be up and walking without basically hearing my hip grind. The discharge was definitely convenient. The first surgery, because there was a lot more detail on what I had to do, my daughter-in-law is a physician assistant, so I asked her to sit in on it just because I figured there'd be some stuff that I might not remember or need to write down. But while I was listening, it was like they made everything completely clear. What phone numbers I would need to call in an emergency. If I had questions, I had a toll-free number to call. Who to talk to if I needed to. They were going to have the physical therapist contact me, but they also gave me numbers to reach out to them, how to reach my doctor, everything step by step on what was my expectation. Physical therapy told me, make sure when I got up and down, the best way to, to lift myself, not put too much pressure here, use this, do that. So step by step, I felt very comfortable. I attended the pre-education class. I was prepared when I came in the next morning. I knew what to expect and where to go. Yeah, I know what they do is difficult, and I just like to tell the staff that I appreciate everything they do, the dedication they have to their job, and I would almost call it a passion for what they do. They make sure, whether it was the nurses coming in, they make sure I was comfortable. I would say that it felt more like I was, staying with people that knew and cared about my well-being rather than I was the next patient that they had to take care of.